My parents withheld a diagnosis from me for 15 years, plus update. Posted by you/Quevedanos. I, F18, had an interesting childhood. I spent my early years being taken to several neurologists and psychiatrists because I had severe developmental delay. At first, I was told I had a neurodevelopmental disorder, ASD, but my parents dismissed it and sought another opinion. I've always been told the diagnosis was actually incorrect because it wasn't carried out properly. I was 3 years old at the time of the diagnosis. My parents keep all their medical records in a box in the attic of our house. My medical records are also there and I check them from time to time. Today, I found my ASD diagnosis report and read it. 7 tests were carried out to diagnose it by psychologists, and one of the tests involved my parents. The report clearly states I have ASD. There is another note by a psychiatrist that also states I had ASD when I was 5 years old. My speech therapist's reports also say I exhibited symptoms of ASD. There are no other documents related to the ASD. It seems like this condition is lifelong and does not go away. I still don't fully trust/believe the diagnosis, especially after a lifetime of my parents pretending it wasn't there, and it makes me wonder if it was a valid diagnosis. However, all the signs point out to my parents deliberately hiding this from me for 15 years. It's not a condition that will kill me, but it would have been nice to know when I got bullied, or my mental health got worse and I wondered what was wrong with me. I don't know if I should tell my parents, or I should tell anyone, or I should tell a doctor, or what I can do with my shiny new, actually really old, diagnosis. I am at a loss, and it is the second time my parents withhold a medical diagnosis from me. TLDR, I was diagnosed with ASD as a child and my parents dismissed it for 15 years. I just found out. I don't know what I should do with it or my parents. Now for the update. It's almost been half a year. I ended up confronting my parents. I am 18F. Shortly after I wrote that post, I set out to find out if the diagnosis was true. I found and called the doctors who diagnosed me. I met with professionals. I even made a 2-hour trip to an ASD association before work. I had a summer job at the time. All of these confirmed that the diagnosis was true. I was offered retesting, but it's no longer free as I'm now 18. I hadn't thought of confronting my parents because I was scared of their reaction. On the day I left to go to the association, I left home very early and my mom noticed my absence. I was very scared. I told her a lie at first, but then told her the truth and explained everything to her. She denied I had ASD at first, but then she changed her mind. She said she knew all along and nobody had actually suggested the diagnosis had been incorrect. I asked her when she'd planned on telling me. She said she didn't know. She offered me some emotional support. My dad was involved in the conversation at some point. He denied everything and brushed me off as being overly anxious. He then asked if I wanted to drop out of university and go to a psychiatric institution. I love my parents, but I don't know how to feel. I resent them a little. I feel like I should have been told at some point. A lot of things in my life, especially in my early childhood, make sense now. But maybe they would have never made sense if I had not discovered my old diagnosis. Sometimes I think I could have had a better life if I had known and received support. TLDR, parents hid a diagnosis from me for 15 years. I found out and confronted them. Dad denied it, Mom said she knew all along. Please like, comment and follow for more daily videos.